Welcome to the Coatmaster Academy. In this article we show how the Coatmaster Flex handheld measuring device is put into operation. To do this, we first take a look at the scope of delivery. This can be different. In the basic configuration there is the option of commissioning and also operating the Coatmaster Flex web-based using an active internet connection. In an extended or optional scope of delivery, the Coatmaster Flex also can be operated via a local server. We'll see how this works in the next step. But first, let's take a look at the scope of delivery and, of course, the content of the case. The scope of delivery includes a quick start guide, a cleaning cloth to keep the measuring optics and the lens clean, operating instruction in the local language, the Coatmaster Flex, the quick charging station, and 2 batteries. A filter set is also included as spare part. The extended scope of delivery, the optional scope of delivery, will also include a local server, the power supply unit for the local server, the 2 necessary Wi-Fi antennas, and the country-specific power supply cable for the power supply unit of the local server.
In case of connecting the Coatmaster Flex to the local server, just follow the instruction contained in this document, where you will be asked to follow just a few single steps in order to coupling the Flex to the local server and how access the measurement data out of the local server itself.
A connection to a server is required to activate and use the Coatmaster Flex. This is established via Wi-Fi, either online to a web-based server, via an internet connection, or also via Wi-Fi to a local server. The active Wi-Fi networks in the area can be found in the list under Settings and the Network item. If a connection to a local server is to be established, the Wi-Fi network will be provided by the local server. It is selected accordingly here, Flex Local. If a connection to a web-based server is to take place, an appropriate Wi-Fi network provided by the company is to be used. It is important that we select the license and the appropriate server in a second step. In the case of a web-based connection, the relevant server and location are selected from the drop-down list. If the connection to a local server is required, the local server must be selected here. By entering the license number and the activation code with the local server, this is included and listed in the operating instruction. The activation and the connection to an appropriate server is established via the network. This means that the Flex can be used without restriction.
Welcome to the Coatmaster Academy. In this section, we are going to see how to connect our two devices, the Coatmaster Flex, the handheld system, and the local server. The local server talks to the Flex, to the Coatmaster handheld system Flex, via Wi-Fi, and it is also generating the Wi-Fi for the Flex. So this is the local server. Local server needs the two antennas that you are going to find in our box. In our case, you just have to connect the antenna, screw them in, then connect the power, then you are ready to switch on the local server. To be able to operate, you just need now to connect the battery in your Flex. Just insert the battery till you will hear the click and you are ready to go, ready to switch on your system. After inserting the battery, as we said, you just have to switch on the Coatmaster Flex. The Coatmaster Flex will take some seconds to switch on. In this time, it will connect to the local server and will be in a short moment ready to next measure. As you can see, now the Flex is ready for your first measurement. How can we measure? We have just selected the application and we can measure by pushing the push button here in the middle of the Flex. The LED are displaying where we are going to measure, and we just push the button and have the measurement. All the measurements we do are stored in that block. And after some measurement, it is also possible to see, as we see now on the display, on the main menu, the statistic. As soon as we measure, the statistic is updated. There is also other way of displaying the result of the measurement by selecting here. We see the last 12 measurement, and we see also the statistic in a way of a chart, in a visual displaying. All these measurements will be stored in that block name and will be stored whether on our cloud or on the local server. After switching the Flex on, the main menu appears. In the main menu, the measurement will be displayed and some more statistic information about the last measurement will be displayed as well. In the main menu is also present the application submenu and the name of the block where the last measurements will be saved. In case of changing the application because we want to measure a different material, by using the push button to move back and forward and up and down, we can change the application. Like we go to the submenu application menu, we can select application, can select another application and go back to the measurement menu. We have seen how to measure. Now we want to collect our data. How can we do that? We can collect our data by using a normal browser like this, and we can log on our Coatmaster cloud with the same credential that you have been using to activate your Coatmaster Flex. So we log in now, and we see exactly what we have seen before on our Coatmaster Flex display. We have seen all application, all the blocks, and the measurement. In here we can download our data, the data we are interested in for post-processing or for further usage of this data.
You can of course also find more detailed information on operating the Coatmaster Flex in the manual. It is worth to take a closer look there. Useful tips and tricks are also listed there. So take a look at the operation instruction.